Rich Dad, Poor Dad is more than just a personal finance book because it challenges long-held beliefs about work, income, education, and money, as told through the personal story of growing up with two father figures. A comparison between Kiyosaki's biological father, the poor dad, and his best friend's father, the rich dad, illustrates how different financial principles can create vastly different outcomes in life. In the traditional path, the poor dad got good grades, went to college, found a secure job, worked hard, and climbed the corporate ladder. His entire life, despite his education and stable employment, he struggled financially. The rich dad, on the other hand, built substantial wealth through entrepreneurial thinking, investing, and financial education despite having little formal education. Chapter 1. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The story begins. These were the contrasting philosophies of the poor dad and rich dad. Poor dad believed in job security, encouraged working for money, trusted education over financial literacy, avoided taking risks. Rich dad believed in financial independence, advocated for making money work for you, stressed understanding money and assets, embraced calculated risks. From this point on, Kiyosaki's life becomes a dual learning experience, learning what not to do from poor dad and what to do from rich dad. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. In this lesson, we learn that financial success comes not from earning a paycheck, but from accumulating assets that generate income. As a child, Kiyosaki worked for Rich Dad for free. He asked Rich Dad for a raise, but he instead taught him, if you work for money, you lose control of your life. Key principles are, most people become slaves to money through fear of being broke and desire to get rich. Instead of just increasing income, the rich focus on acquiring assets. Don't let fear or greed dictate your financial decisions. Learn to control your emotions. Goal is for you to think like an investor, not just an employee. Use spare time to build assets that include real estate, intellectual property, stocks, and actually many more. Chase ownership, not raises. Lesson 2. Why teach financial literacy? Kiyosaki argues that the lack of financial education is the real reason why so many struggle with money. Most people are taught how to earn money, but not how to manage, invest, or grow it. Core idea. It's not how much you make. It's how much you keep and how hard that money works for you. Understanding assets and liabilities. Assets put money in your pocket that include rental income and dividends. Liabilities take money out of your pocket that include mortgages and car payments. Many people mistake liabilities for assets like buying a house, thinking it's an investment, when in fact it's a long-term liability unless it generates income. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki to read financial statements. Income statement, which has income and expenses. Balance sheet, which has assets and liabilities. It is important to track personal cash flow and net worth, buy assets that generate income, and reduce consumer debt and unnecessary expenses. Lesson 3. Mind your own business. This lesson doesn't discourage having a job, but it does warn against relying on a job alone. Kiyosaki encourages everyone to mind their own business, meaning, build your own asset. Don't confuse your profession with your business. For example, a doctor's profession is medicine, but her business could be real estate. Instead, develop streams of passive income and use your salary to invest in your business to buy income-producing assets. Examples of assets are rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, intellectual property, royalties, online businesses, notes, or bonds. The actual way to apply this is to build assets even while working a job. Monitor asset performance on a monthly basis. To grow further, reinvest profits from assets. Lesson 4. The history of taxes and the power of corporations. Kiyosaki explores how the wealthy use corporate structures to protect and grow their wealth. Taxes, which were originally intended for the rich, now disproportionately affect the middle class. Tax flow is for employees: first earn, second taxed, last spend. Tax flow for corporations are first earn, second spend, last taxed. Advantages of corporations are deduct legitimate business expenses that include travel, education, cars, and many more. Ability to reduce taxable income. Use pre-tax dollars for growth and operations. Ways to actual implement this is to learn basic business and tax laws. Set up an LLC or S corporation for entrepreneurial ventures. Consult financial professionals to structure finances legally and efficiently. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is considered a personal finance classic not because it teaches complicated investment strategies, but because it transforms readers' view of money, work, and success. Kiyosaki helps readers build wealth systems rather than trading time for money. Anyone can achieve financial freedom by applying the 6 core lessons of the book and adopting a mindset of continuous learning and asset building. Adaptability, innovation, and financial literacy are the keys to thriving in today's economy. Lesson 5. The rich invent money. Wealth is created, not stumbled upon. Rich Dad teaches Kiyosaki that while opportunities abound, few people recognize or act on them due to fear or lack of financial knowledge. Here are some key insights. Rich people create opportunities. Poor people wait for them. Financial intelligence is the ability to solve money-related problems and spot opportunities. There is a difference between being risky and being educated about risk. Components of financial intelligence: accounting, investing, market understanding, and legal and tax expertise. Application: take calculated risks based on research. Invest in learning like seminars, books, mentors. Take advantage of small investment opportunities by spotting them and acting on them. Lesson 6. Work to learn. Don't work for money. In this lesson, readers are encouraged to place a high priority on learning over earning, especially in the early stages of their careers. As Kiyosaki explains, he took jobs in sales and marketing not to make money, but to develop communication and business skills. Critical skills to learn are sales, marketing, public speaking, leadership, negotiation, and investing. The problem with specialization: most employees get stuck in one role and never expand their skill set. Those who understand multiple disciplines become entrepreneurs, CEOs, and investors. Application are volunteer for roles that offer learning, not just better pay. Take online courses and attend workshops in areas outside your comfort zone. Challenge yourself to grow across different domains. To summarize, throughout the book, Kiyosaki returns to the idea that thinking differently is the first step to financial freedom. In order to succeed, you need to overcome obstacles. Kiyosaki identifies 5 main obstacles to financial success. First is fear, which is fear of losing money. Second is cynicism, which is negative opinions and doubt from others. Third is laziness, which is hiding behind busyness. Fourth is bad habits, which is poor money habits, like overspending. Fifth is arrogance, which is thinking you already know it all. Ways to apply these are: face your fears and learn from mistakes. Surround yourself with a growth-minded peer group. Replace bad habits with productive ones. And always stay humble and continue learning. In conclusion, in a later section, Kiyosaki outlines 10 action steps to boost financial intelligence. Have a reason greater than reality. Motivation fuels action. Define your why. Daily choice. Make financial growth a daily decision. Choose friends wisely. Be around those who inspire growth and smart money habits. Master a formula, then learn a new one. Keep learning new investment strategies. Pay yourself first. Save and invest before spending on liabilities. Pay your brokers well. Reward good advice. Be an Indian giver. Look for investments with quick returns or low risk. Use assets to buy luxuries. Do not spend until your assets can cover the cost. Have heroes. Model financial behaviors after successful people. Teach and you shall receive. Teaching reinforces learning.